So today, what we're going to be doing is automating social posting for social media. We'll do a couple of different modules. So Facebook, we'll do LinkedIn, and maybe one or two more, just depending on the time that we have. Before we start, though, I want to introduce myself and MLE Solutions. My name is Dylan. I am the founder of MLE Solutions. I specialize in on-site and cloud infrastructure, automation, and IT development. I started MLE Solutions in 2021 to bring enterprise-level support to small and medium-sized businesses. Since then, we've been doing just that here in San Antonio, Texas, and yeah, we're doing awesome. So we have a today, we're going to be doing that social media posting. Sorry, I'm a little nervous if you can't tell. So, just deal with me. But my nerves are going to unwind here shortly, and we'll get into the groove of it. So today we're going to be doing that social media posting, and we're going to be creating a dashboard in Airtable using Make to automate the posting to social media, and also using scheduling either with Make or with Airtable. Now, who can benefit from this automation? So, it's really anyone that posts to social media is going to be able to benefit from this. So, business owners, sales, marketing teams, e-commerce, really anyone that has a need to post to social is going to be able to use this automation. Now, the benefits of it, what you're going to be able to do, you're going to be able to schedule posts in advance. You're going to have a unified posting dashboard, so you're going to be able to see all your posts in one place. AI text and image creation, that's going to bring efficiency and time savings. And then, of course, this entire thing that we're going to do right now, it is codeless. So, everyone should be able to do it. And if you are following along and you have any questions, just make sure to put those in the chat right there. And, we'll go ahead and get you helped out live. Now, the tools that we're going to be using today, we're going to be using make.com. That's what we're going to be using for the codeless automation. It actually ties in all of our APIs. It has tons and tons. So really the sky's the limit whenever you're thinking about using Make for your backend automations. Now, Airtable, it is a database solution. Now, it is in the cloud. It's super easy to use. It actually has a Excel interface. So, it's, especially if you're transitioning from Excel or Google Sheets, it's going to be a very easy learning curve. Now, we are going to be using the ChatGPT module as well. Today, we're not going to be creating a virtual assistant, but we will be using the text completion, meaning that it is going to answer us whenever we send some input that way. We're probably going to skip Twitter today just based off of time. For Twitter, you do need a developer account. We will touch base on that just in a recorded video. But today live, I want to make sure that we can keep this short, sweet, and, kind of to that point. Now, the next thing that we're going to be using is placid.app. That is a paid application. So what we're going to do is we're going to build out the application with Make, Airtable, and the social media integrations. And then at the end, we'll actually utilize ChatGPT and Placid to do the image, text, and the template automations. Now, before we get started, I want to make sure that if anyone has any questions about what we're doing today, has any questions about any of the software we're using, that we can go ahead and answer those now. So I'll allow, we'll say just a couple of minutes to see if we see any questions in the comments. I hope everyone's doing all right today. I see we had a couple more people join. If you're just now joining, I just gave a quick presentation about the automation that we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be answering any questions right now just about the automation before we get started. I'll probably allow for about 2 more minutes before we get started. So if you have any questions, make sure to put those in the chat now. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and start at least pulling up what we're going to be doing. while we're waiting on those questions to come in. So if you are following along, we are going to be starting in Airtable. Airtable, like I said, it's that codeless database solution. Whenever you come in here, it is exactly like setting up a Microsoft Excel sheet. Very, very simple to do. We're going to be setting up those fields live. So first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click Create in the bottom left-hand corner. Now, whenever you hit Create, it's going to say, how do you want to start? Now, for this automation that we're doing here today, we are just going to start from scratch. Now, we'll see that this opens up a table. You can actually come here, customize your color, customize the name. So we'll call this one, social posting demo. And then for the table, we'll call this Airtable to, Airtable to post. Okay, so with the actual fields themselves, this one, the leading one, is something that you typically want to be more of a unique field. So we'll go ahead and click on this field right here. And then instead of name, what we're going to do is actually put in post content. Now, every single post that you do should be unique, or at least close to unique. So, that's a good identifier field. Now, for the type of content that this is, instead of a single line text, we're actually going to do a long text. And the reason for that, we want to make sure that if we are having the, a post, that the full thing is, shown right here. So second thing is we'll go ahead and get rid of some of these fields that we don't need. We'll keep a status field because we'll use that. Now you'll right click on this field and you'll just say enter right. Now for the next field, what we're going to do is the post image. Now this is one of the reasons that Airtable is so cool. So what we can do now is actually just come down to attachment, or come up to attachment, I should say. And now we can create this field, and with just a couple of clicks, we're now able to upload a document here. Now, the next one we want to do is a little bit different than any field that you may have seen in a, in an Excel sheet. And what this one is, it's called a multiple select. And what we're going to use this one for is for our channels, because we may have a couple of posts that we want to go to one social media, but we don't want them to go to all of them. So this field right here is going to help us do that. So we can just put a few that we're going to be doing today. So Facebook, we'll do Instagram. Instagram is what we'll do. Instagram. Now we'll do Instagram. And then for the third one, let's do LinkedIn, because I know that's where a lot of people are joining from today. And thank you guys for joining. I really want to, say thank you. So, if you did join this this broadcast, you saw it posted on, LinkedIn, Facebook, anything like that, I really appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll keep these, these automations coming. So right here, the 3 channels that we're going to do today, but we can also put, just any one, because, we can go ahead and just pre-configure. So Twitter, any of the ones I'm forgetting, you can put those here if you're following along. Now, the next one that we'll do, we'll enter right again, is going to be the scheduling. So for scheduling, there's 2 different ways that we can do it. We can set it up as a single select and essentially put it in as like a ready to post type state. And, that way we can use make.com for the scheduling. Or if we wanted to, we could use the a calendar here and actually use this as the scheduling, and then just have make.com run, once an hour, once a day, however often you want to run that. So what we'll do is we will go ahead and, for this one, let's go ahead and do the date. I think that one will be a little bit more fun. So that way we have the scheduled posting. So for this one, we'll put, date to post. Now, keep in mind where the capitals are and where the lowercase. It is something that is going to be important whenever you're doing, entering this into Make. So just take note of that. Now, for the format, we'll just leave it in the normal format. They do have other formats available to you. However, just the local format seems to work best just because there's no formatting involved whenever you get over there. Now, we're not going to include the time. If you include the time, you typically have to do a ACID webhook, so it's running just as the data gets in there, and you're going to get just a lot of automations happening. Make charges by a per run module. So you want to make sure that you're not adding those up if you have the ability to. So just running once, twice, 3 times a day. This is going to give you kind of the ability to post at different times without really running up that bill. So we'll go ahead and create this field, and then let's see, channel states post. And the next field that we're going to put is actually we're going to do that status. So status will do, review. Here we will do ready to post. And then here we'll do review, and we'll do posted. No, actually I want to do, I do want to do one more. Let's do. Sorry, my phone's ringing off the hook right now. Okay, we'll go ahead and hit save here. And then the last one, this is going to be a last modified. So we'll just name it modified. The reason that we need the last modified is that's actually how make.com is going to check to see the input. It's basically the initial read field. So what we'll do is we'll come here, we'll go to last modified time. No matter what automation you are doing in Make, the last modified time is probably going to be one of the most important ones. So we'll go ahead and create this field. Now, just to show you what this looks like, we'll go ahead and just enter a single column here. So we'll delete these two because it always starts you with three line items. The first one we'll put, this is a test post content. For here, uploading the image, we're going to go to browse files locally. We'll just come down here to pictures, and then let's post, just something we have here. We'll post this one right here. I think that one is actually on one of my blogs. Now, for this one, we'll say for channels, we'll go to this one. We'll say we'll go to Facebook and Instagram. Date to post, you'll see it pulls up just a normal calendar view. So you can post the date that you want to do the post, and then we can say this one is ready to post. Now, that review is going to be for whenever we start adding the ChatGPT and the Placid automation. We want to basically set up another table that puts the completed posts into our Airtable to post table, and then it'll put it in there in the review state. That way you have the ability to review the post, make any changes that you need to before it actually goes live. Now, here, this is what the post is going to look like. So this is kind of the complete dashboard. Now we'll see here we can actually create some different views. For this one, adding a calendar view is going to be important just because on the calendar view, it is going to show you when your posts are scheduled. The second one that we can do is a gallery view. So we can create a gallery, and you can rename these anything you want, but this shows you, kind of a sample of the post. So post content, the image for your post, where the post is going to, the date to post, the status and everything. So it just gives it to you, in a different view. Whereas the calendar is just kind of showing you on here, just these two fields, which is the main one, the ID field, and then the secondary, which is the date to post. So now that we have our 3 views set up, we've set up our initial dashboard for us to be able to send those posts to social media. we're going to begin the automation phase. So the automation phase is going to take place on make.com. Now, if you don't have any of the software and you do want to follow along, you can follow along just by clicking the links in the description. So in the description, you'll see there's every single link. Now, I am an affiliate, so if you do click on one of those links, it does help to support me and my channel. And it's one of the ways that we are able to put out that free content. So definitely click the links below to download any of the software, just to make sure that you're supporting the channel while you're learning how to code. So now that we've set up this dashboard, we're going to go ahead and go into the automation. So we'll go ahead and create a new scenario. Now, this one is going to be, you can really title it anything you want. We'll title this one, make to social. And also, I always keep track of the businesses here. So we'll call this one, test, make to social. And the better of a description that you can put, the better. And the reason I say that is anyone that comes and picks up your coding, your platforms, they should know exactly what it does, before even clicking into it. So this was created on Airtable. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to click on the module, and we're going to, if you don't see it up top, you're going to search right here for Airtable. We'll click on the app, and then we're going to look for a module. So the module that we're going to look for today is actually the ACID, and it's the watch records. So this is going to watch the new records as they come in. Now, this is the one that you want to use for the webhook if you want like that instant posting. Like I said, that one's a little bit more expensive, but this is the one that we're going to use. So on here, we'll see right now it's currently set to regular intervals, and then it would be every 15 minutes. Now, we don't want it to run that often, but that's perfectly fine for now. We'll go ahead and, once we get that, it wants us to save anyway, and then now it'll let us set up our time. So right here, like I said, if you wanted to use the just ready to post method instead of using the scheduling, the calendar like we used, this is where you would come to put that the time. So for us, since we are going to be using the scheduling, we are going to set the scheduling to, let's say, days of the week. Now, days of the week, whenever we're setting this scheduling, and that was by clicking just this every 15 minutes down here, I see that Tuesday mornings and Thursdays are typically my best posts, but for yours, it could be different. And for yours, you can put any of these days. You can also do days of the month. So if there's days of the month that you want to post, if there's, specified dates, and then you can also run just the automation on demand. Now, the reason that we're kind of running through the free method first is because everything here, it is free at the lowest setting. So Airtable, Make, and of course the APIs are, they're completely free to use. So we'll go ahead and set this to just on demand for now. And then we don't want it active. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're just going to run this module only. And what that does by running this module only, it wants us to actually come in here and fix the fields. So I'm going to do this for now. It's being kind of stubborn, so we'll re-click it. We'll do a watch records. We'll let this come in. Now, if this is your first time connecting, you are going to have to add a connection here. Now, you can just click add, put in the connection type as OAuth. Now, you can put a token or a key, but I want to say that Airtable is actually sunsetting that ability. So, just signing in with the OAuth is kind of the best option. Now, you can name this connection anything. Definitely at least do the business name if you're going to be doing multiple businesses, and just really anything that's going to tell you exactly what that is. Now, for the sake of this one, I've already set up a connection, And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to search for the base. So for this one, we did social posting demo. So we'll see that's the name here. And then for the table that we're looking for is going to be Airtable to post. That is the table here. So that puts us on this page right here. Now, for the trigger field, that's what I was talking about for that last modified. So what's going to be kind of triggering your automation is going to be through this, this last modified, or modified date as we called it. Now, the label field, this is typically something that you want more unique. So we can put the post content, because that's the first field that we put, that ID field, the one that's going to be kind of that unique identifier for each post. Now, whenever you're running posts through here, we can run multiple posts. For this one, though, let's go ahead and just do one. And the reason for that is we don't want to send 10 posts at the same time. We just want to send the next post or a post that day. So we'll go ahead and put the limit 1 here. The next thing that we'll do, we don't really need to worry about the view, but if we did, it would be grid view. That's the default view that we're using. And then for formula, this is going to be important. So for this, we need to start it with the curly brackets. Remember that the capitalization is important here. And then what we'll do is equal to today, because remember, we're not doing a time. We are just doing a, just doing, if it matches today, then we want to post. So we can come down here and we will see now the scheduling right here. If it is scheduled for this date, that is going to post that day. And we will run a complete sample through here just so you can see what it looks like as well. Now, there is advanced settings. We're not going to use any of these today because we don't really need it. But use column ID. Just want to show you that it is here. So we'll go ahead and press OK. And then, it says from now on, and I'm going to show you something real quick. So if we push from now on and we run this module only, you'll notice it didn't actually pick up any data. And that's because this was put in previous. However, if we modify this, so we'll come in here and put, modified, just to have something there. And then we'll see that now the last modified will update here shortly. And now, whenever we run this watch records, so run this module only. Oh, just a second. Let me see, social posting. Actually, just let's change that to a review state. Change that to a ready to post. All right, we'll see if this works now. Run this module only. And of course, we're going to have a little bit of issues with it, but that's always okay, because if we have issues here and now, then it's going to be a little bit easier for us to troubleshoot, or for you guys to troubleshoot. So let's go ahead, and here we're just going to duplicate this field. Let's duplicate post. Okay, now we see the last modified updated, so it just took a second. So run this module only. Of course, it's going to give me a little bit of trouble on live. Give me 1 second. Okay. Social posting demo, Airtable, last modified, label field. Change this to modify just to see. And dates of posted today. That's it. Okay, so the reason it wasn't actually coming in was because of the schedule date. So let's change one of these to 11/7. Just proof that our scheduling is working, right? So we'll run this again, and we'll see now that we have put the date on the right day that it actually brought in. And now what you're going to see here is several things, and what we're looking for is all check marks. And then we're looking for a bundle. So If you have multiple bundles, that is when you're going to need an iterator. But for just a single bundle, because we're only taking that one post, we don't need an iterator. So we can come in here. We can see that it took the image into a URL. Now we can run an HTTP off of that just to make sure that it is getting downloaded correctly, but we're not going to do that just yet. We'll add it if we need. We'll see that the status is ready to post. We will see that channels is here. We'll see that our formula, the one that we use for a date, is working. So we are good with this first module. Now, in order to add another module, all you need to do is click that plus mark right there. Now, for the plus mark, what we're going to do is actually use a flow control, and then we're going to use a router. Now, whenever we're setting this up on a larger scale, it is going to be a little bit more, there's going to be a little bit more to it. But for this one, it's going to be a simple, how to, just to make sure that if you guys want to do this at home, y'all are able to set it up without any issue. So now, this is where you can go ahead and put your social media integration. So first we'll do Facebook. We'll do Facebook pages, and then we'll create a post. Now, whenever we're creating a post, let me see if I have one here. So I need to add, and we will do demo connection. We'll save. We'll see that it's bringing up the OAuth window, which I'll take off screen here for a second to log in. Boom. We are now loaded. We have our demo connection on, and then we are going to be able to see our pages. So for this one right here, what we're going to do is just a test page that we're doing. And then we see message and link. And let me see here. And actually, we need to do, so we're going to delete this, and we're actually going to do another one. And we are going to do Facebook, but we're going to do create a post with images, because if you just do create a post, it doesn't give you that image option. Now here, we're going to load in that demo connection that we made. We're going to load in our page that we're doing. So for this one, I'm going to choose Astra. Now for photos, where you're going to get that photo is actually from this watch module. So we see file name data. So let's actually just map this. And let me see. So for file name, let's see. Let's see, that's the file name. And then for here, we'll put the URL for the data. And then now what we have done is we have created a module that is going to post to Facebook, and it is going to post the image that we uploaded from our dashboard, and it is additionally going to post the data here. Now, as far as a message, what we need to do is come back and map that as well. So we'll come down and we will say, our post content right there. So now we put in our post content. So this is going to send an image, post the image with our content, our body of that post. So we can go ahead and press OK here, and we see that we have no errors. Now, we only want that to post to Facebook if for some reason, if it is scheduled to go to Facebook. So right here, what we're going to do is actually click this little tool, and this tool is to set up a filter. So we will set up a filter, and the condition is going to be channel. We can leave text operator equal to, and then for what we want here is equal to Facebook. And let's go ahead and just again check our spelling. So yep, capital F, lowercase everything else. So right here, condition, our channels, our text operator is equal to Facebook, and we can click that, and now we have a filter, and it'll only go and post on Facebook if our channel is set to post on Facebook. Now, the next one we can do is, let's do LinkedIn. So for LinkedIn, again, they already have a custom app. And then we're going to look for the module that is going to be create a organization image post versus a text post. So we'll go ahead and click that. Here, we will see our organization under file name. And actually, what I'm going to do here, just to get this done, so I'm going to unlink this, and I'm going to put in an HTTP module here to get a file from a given URL. And then we're actually going to pull that post image here. Boom. So that way, now it's making an HTTP request for that. And then what we're going to do is, just so we have some data in there, we're going to take this URL, copy, and then we're going to go ahead and run this module only. Now you'll see that it is going to ask us for the, for the watch records for the URL here. Actually, let me make sure I put the right thing here. Post image URL. Post image URL. Correct. So let's go ahead and run this module only. And then we will say post image URL. Okay. Boom. And then we now have a bundle for the URL here. And this should give us the picture, and it does not. So let's see. Oh, so I had a little bit too much. So we'll see now that the image that we put into Airtable is being read here. So now let's go ahead and click here again. Let's go ahead and map file name. We're going to do, let's see, file name, data is going to be our URL. Title, you can actually leave that one blank. The only one that we need here is content, and that is going to be post content. So we'll see that just how we set up those fields whenever we're on Airtable as the post content, the post image, the channels, everything we're using that right here to create this complete post. Now, again, coming in here, what you'll do is you're going to click this tool. You're going to set up a filter. And then again, we're going to label this one, we'll label this one, for only post if marked LinkedIn. And you can put literally anything here. It does not matter. It's only going to be like the label for this filter. So secondary thing that we want to do is the condition. So we want to say if the channel, and then we want to say channel is equal to, also want to say here is LinkedIn. And let me see if I did do that second capital I. So let me see. Yep, I did do the second capital I. Again, the punctuation does matter. So you want to make sure that if you are putting something in here, that you are putting it with that punctuation. So we can go ahead and click OK. Now, this right here, if we run this, it is going to post that post that we did. So what we have set up here now, and we can do Instagram here just so you can see, again, is just Instagram for business, create a photo post, and you'll just keep on adding all of the social medias that you want to post to from this router. So what you'll see is what we have set up so far is a dashboard that'll allow us to come in here, manually input a post, input a image, add the channels that we want to post it to. It'll tell us the date that we want to post it. It'll tell us the ready status. And it'll tell us that last modified, which is that field that is needed by make.com in order to get that done. So let's come back here. So this right here is enough. We'll go ahead and just test this on the Astra poster. So we'll unlink here. And the reason I'm unlinking is because I don't want it to just, I don't want it to post to these two. We're just going to run a test and basically make sure that our filter is working, that our photos are working, that everything's working. So let's go ahead and come in here, and then we'll say we're going to, let's see, this one was posted for the 7th. So we'll do this one, ready to post. And I haven't done anything with the status field yet. We will do something with the status field a little bit later, but I just wanted to have that here and, just to have, because we are going to use it once we have that ChatGPT part. So now that this has been updated, it is 3:40. Let me see. I'm just going to add a period right here. And then we are going to go ahead and run our automation. So, and I'm actually going to change this one to the get a file since I set up that HTTP. And then boom. Okay. So let's go ahead and run once and see if we are able to now post to our social media. Okay, so the filter did not work. It says did not equal Facebook. So let's check on that. So we see 11.7, but it did in fact equal Facebook. So why? Let me see. Let me see. Let's unlink that. Delete. Link another one back. Operator equal to Facebook. Let's say 2. And let's go back and make a change because right now that last modified has already been run, so it will not inherently run again. Let's make a change to that. Come back to make, and then run once more. Oh, my filter is giving me a little bit of trouble, so let's make sure. Let's check that. Let's see. Okay. So let's go ahead and run it without the filter and just make sure it's working. Okay. Run. Boom. And then let's check and go to Facebook. Let's open up our test that we're doing, which is the Astra poster. And we will see that the post that we just did, this is a test post, content modified, which is what we had here. This is a test post, content modified. We'll see that it went ahead and posted. So we know that we have a successful post now. However, we want to make sure that we can get that channel corrected, make sure that it is filtered to only run that once. We'll say if Facebook for our label. Now, this one is a default route. So for this, we don't want it to be the default route. But essentially what that means, a default route, is if for some reason one of the other ones fails, it's going to default back to this one. Now, you can only have one default route per router. So just make sure that the one that you are choosing, it is something that you do want to run. So we'll say condition, again, is going to be channels. Let me look here because I have another one as well, just to go ahead and check against. Let me see. Give me 1 second. So we want it to be equal to, let's see how this looks in here. Facebook. And give me just 1 second, just making sure it's right. Facebook, and we're not going to do an and right there. Let me go ahead and go just 1 second. Let me test this here. Oh, not that one. Okay. And give me just one more second. I apologize. I had this pulled up and then I was having issues, so I was closing down everything before I was jumping into this live. Just, let me see. And okay, so condition equals channel. Okay, boom, channel. And do contains. There we go. And let's go ahead and link these back up. So now that we've done this, I am going to check on this filter a little bit later. I'm not going to post any more live ones to the social media, but we can see that if we come here, we can say, you know, this is a post. We can put in an image. We can mark the socials that we want it to come to. We're just going to say Facebook on this one, put the date, schedule it to ready to post, and then we're going to unlink that because we don't want it to run. So that right there is the, I guess, the free portion of it. Now, if you don't care about the filter and you do want it to post to all of them, you can actually just delete these right here. And then what it'll do is it'll actually post to all three social medias. You know, just make sure that you are setting those up. So we'll go ahead and again, just go with that demo connection. Page is going to be we'll just do Asher poster. Again, for the photo URL, this is going to be from, let me see, get a file, let me see, headers. We can do this one from here actually. Post URL, post image, post URL. So we'll see right here, this is what's needed for Instagram. So all three of these are now set up. So what it'll do is it'll watch a date with this formula right here. So I'm making sure that you have the curly brackets around date to post. It is case sensitive, and date to post is found right here in our Airtable. And then it'll be equal to today. So making sure that you have those brackets around there. Today is just going to bring the calendar that we have today. So now that we have this, you're probably wondering, okay, now I want to go ahead and I want to integrate ChatGPT. I want all of my posts created by ChatGPT, and I want it to go into a template, not just me have to go in there and make my content. You say, you know, I want more than just a dashboard. So what we'll do is we will come back to our Airtable, and we're going to set up a secondary field. So here we'll keep this as, we're actually going to see. We're going to duplicate this table. And the reason I did that is because we're gonna need a lot of these fields. So we'll say we'll use this here in just a second. So what we're gonna do is we're also going to save changes here. And then if you wanted to schedule this to turn on, you know, again, you can do the webhook so it runs, you know, like once every, I think it's every couple seconds. You can do once a day. We'll run this one just days of the week, Tuesday, Thursday. So actually we'll do every day. And the reason for that is because we did the scheduling right here. So we'll do every day. So this is set to run, and then we'll activate this scenario and then come here, saving the changes one more time. And we'll see that this is now completely ready to go as a dashboard that pulls, watches those tables, and sends it to social media. Now, in our social posting demo, the second thing that we're going to do is create a new scenario. Now, here's where we're going to start integrating ChatGPT. So what we'll go ahead and do is there's a couple of different ways that we can do this. We're going to do it from, actually, we're going to do it from right. I'm trying to decide. We're going to do it from Airtable. So what we'll do is we'll say, again, watch records. We'll make the connection here, but instead of calling this post content, let's call this, we'll call this chat GPT prompt. Okay, so that's what we're going to send into ChatGPT. Instead of post image, we're gonna have this as image. Let's say template. We don't need channels since we're not actually doing posting on this one, so we'll delete this field. We don't need our date to post. That's fine. Our status here is, let me see. Our status here, we can keep this one. And then modified, again, we have to leave that just so that make.com will register that code. So let's come back here and then let's go to our base and let's go to our social posting demo base. For the table, we're now going to put, let this one as copy. Let's actually call this one, let's call it chat GPT and templates. Let's make this one, we'll leave it black. So now that we have this here, let's go ahead and go back into make. For the table, let me refresh it real quick. Usually refreshes pretty quick, which is nice. Just give it a good old refresh. Oh, made it. Thanks, Dustin. I see you made it. Thanks for coming. Okay, and this is all going to be recorded. So if you did miss anything, feel free to go back. If you have any questions, just make sure you put them in the comments here now during the post. If I see them, I'll answer. If I don't, I will answer a little bit later. And then, I may go in and just modify a couple of fields just to make sure those are set up correctly. I do want to check back on that channels filter just to make sure I have that for you guys. So I will actually, check that for you guys here in just a second. So here, again, we're going to do watch records. Base is going to be our, what is it? No, I don't even see it. Our demo, central blog. Oh, ChatGPT. Oh, I changed the entire base's name. Fun. Okay, and we'll just, again, since I forgot to change this one, we'll just go ahead and put it in. So Airtable post to copy. So our trigger field, again, is going to be that modified date. And then here we can say, let's see, label field. We'll use that ChatGPT prompt. Again, we don't want it to send 10, but maybe you do want to have several, several bundles created here. So you can put more than one for the limit if you want it to create more than one post. Just keep in mind that we will have to do the iterator. I have set up like the arrays and the iterators over in, what is it called? Another video, I want to say the Phantom Buster one that I did, it's set up there. So if you have any questions about that, you can go check it there. Now, so for this limit, we'll go ahead and put 1. For the view, does not matter. For formula, again, this one, we're going to be pulling it straight, straight from Airtable. A formula doesn't necessarily matter here either. I mean, if we wanted to, we could change this status. Let's say in use, or we'll say no, because it's red, right? No longer in use. This one we'll put, current prompt. For this one, we will put successful prompt no longer used, because obviously if you have a good prompt, you don't just want to get rid of it. So let's go ahead and save that. And then let's go here into our view. Again, doesn't matter. For the formula, it is going to be, for this one, it'll be, we're not going to put the filter in yet, but we'll come and do that a little bit in here in just a second. So we'll do from now on. For after we have the watch records, we're going to come in here and actually put the ChatGPT in. Once we are here, we're going to do create a completion. And this is going to be for a prompt. Now, there is the virtual assistant one here as well. However, we haven't set up that virtual assistant. So if you log in at OpenAI, was it openai.com? I want to say, platform.openai.com. You'll actually have to sign up for their developer account, which gives you access to the API. This is a paid feature. It only costs a couple of cents. So, you can generate probably a full image and text prompt for a post for, I don't know, $5-10, or not $5-10, 5-10 cents. So, just very inexpensive to use. So I've already set that up. We're going to come back to Airtable. Now, what we're going to do, so you have the create a completion, and then you have create a prompt completion. So we'll do a chat. And then for the model, this is where you can actually pick the ChatGPT model. So I want to say the mini was actually the free one. Nothing here utilizing the API is going to be free. So don't pick one of these thinking that it is going to be free. So we'll go ahead and use the latest model, the ChatGPT 4.0 latest. Now, max completion tokens. This is really there's times that ChatGPT kind of just goes on and on and on, and this kind of just limits that. So what we'll do is I like to put 1024 here, and then we're going to add a message as well. So message one role, we're going to do, you can actually answer as the system, the user, or the assistant. So we'll go ahead and answer as, I want to say it's assistant here. I'm used to the legacy one, but we're gonna try to roll through this new model and see if we can get it working just while we're here. So for text content, this is what you're saying, what your input is to ChatGPT. Now we want to pull this from here. And sorry, I'm going over a little bit, guys, but we have that dashboard already completed. So if that's what you are here to see, the dashboard is going to be posted. This is just going a step further, showing the ChatGPT integration and then actually putting that into a template. So here we're going to say, this is what it be, chat prompt. Okay, and do so. Also, I haven't been doing it here because I usually do it after, but you can actually come in here and rename these modules. So we'll name this module post content. And then we'll also create another one. And then we will also do, for this one, we're going to do generate an image on the model. Let's see, we have Dolly 3 and Dolly 2. So let's go ahead and use Dolly 3. And for the prompt here, let's again just go here. We have the ChatGPT prompt, but let's go ahead and enter another field. And we'll say, ChatGPT, we'll say image prompt here. So image prompt. So again, we're going to make this one a long text here. Thank you, Marcella. So long. So here we have the ChatGPT prompt, the image prompt. Now we can come back here. We can go to the prompt that we have here. And I think we need to refresh this one now since we just added that. Let's see. This module only. Awesome. Should give us the ability to pull this. ChatGPT prompt. Not yet. So let's go ahead and save it. Save anyways. And we're going to run through this one again right here just to make sure that we have that correct. Now, you do want to have all of your fields at the beginning. It makes it a little bit easier. But while we're doing live coding sessions, it is going to be, a little bit touch and go. I mean, it's not always just a simple solution, even if you have it mapped out. So here we're going to hit OK, run this module only. Yep, went through. We are checking this one now. Again, latest model, completion, assistant, using that ChatGPT prompt. Here, create an image. Let me delete that one. It was acting funny. Okay, we're going to do, let me see, generate an image. Model, DALL-E 3, prompt. Here we go, ChatGPT image prompt. And now we have the post content created, and we have the generate an image created. Now, since we're going to do that, we have the template image here. But let's go ahead and duplicate this field. And then what we're going to do is we're going to name this one just, Chat GPT image. And the reason that we want to do that is because we don't just want the template image. I mean, we want both of those images. So because maybe we'll reuse the ChatGPT image. So we'll go ahead and click that. Now, the next thing we need to do is actually set up and configure Placid. So Placid, this is the first screen that you get whenever you sign up. I created this as a trial account. So we'll go ahead and just skip this. And then we'll create a project. I'm going to do it anyways. So we'll name this, demo. And, what do you want to integrate? We need the API, make, Airtable. We're not doing WordPress today, but maybe one day soon. So make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel, just because we are going to be trying to do these on a weekly basis. So please please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So let's go and let's come here. So I'll make now. It's creating the project. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do once we're here is actually create a template. Now, I like to create 3, 4, 5 templates. So the same way that we created that router, where the router went to Facebook, Instagram, we can create a router here. And then instead of doing it based off of like the content, we can actually do it like randomized. So that way you're getting a different post template every single time. And it's not just that same exact template. But for this one, what we're going to do is just a single one. Now, this is where you'll see that, if you are a real estate agent, if you are, a car salesperson, if you are an e-commerce person, no matter what you are, you can see that there are, templates here for you to use, even if they don't have the image that you're trying to post. They do have them here. So let's click this one just for sake of the demo, right? So we'll open it up here, and then we'll see that we have a couple of things. So we have the URL, which maps to here. And the mapping is very important because the mapping is going to tell us where, where the, I guess, where to send the information from Airtable, right? So we have a URL, and this one isn't going to too much matter. So like for this, I would probably just put, let me see. I'd probably just put your URL for your website here, because unless you're doing like different ones, so we can do HTTPS, we'll do my website. Make sure to check it out if y'all are interested in the services. So we'll just do mine because, again, it doesn't really matter too much. And then we have a title. We have a brush. Brush will leave empty. Overlay. And then we have the image. So now that we kind of have an idea of the structure of this template, right? We can just go ahead and save this. And then this is a demo account. So I'm going to try to not show y'all my API, but if for some reason it does show it, it's a demo account. So, you can make your own demo account. And I actually have the link in the bottom. So, just make sure that, if you do want to try out Placid, just do it there. So let's see, integrate, and then we'll do API. I'm going to pull this over here real quick, just in case. Oh, just in case it shows my API. It did right away, so I'm glad I pulled it over. Let's see. Let's come here. Give me just 1 second. I'll pull this back about. Like I said, let's see, API tokens. Let me just pull this one. Okay, so my private token, I've copied it. Now for here, what we're going to do is we are going to create a module. It's going to be Placid. We're going to use that. Then we're going to go down to, let's see, create an image. And then we're going to do our template, which was motivational. Is that what we set it to? Let me see. Let's check our templates. No, so we actually have to add a new one. So we'll see, we'll do this one again. It'll be demo connection. Let me pull this over real quick just to put in that API key. And it actually didn't show it, so perfect here. And then we'll see that we have that demo connection now. And we'll see this template actually lines up with what we're looking for. So we'll do okay, and then we want this to run. Oh, a general error. That's always fun. Okay, let's get it. We got a general error, so let's go ahead and refresh. If not, we may need to redo the connection. No big deal. Okay, let's see. Gosh, there we go. All right, so you'll see that we now have these fields. So from ChatGPT, we now have an image, and what we can do is we can come in. So we're just going to create a completion. So we're going to right here, generate an image. Let's rename this one to make it a little bit easier, right? Let's rename to create image for template. Okay. So now transparent. So we only really here need the image, which we will do from post content, generate an image, data, URL. And the reason we want that URL is again because the URL it's gonna pull that picture in from URL. We can use the HTTP just like we did in the last one. We shouldn't have to with this one, but we may. So we'll see how it goes after we do that. So now we have the text. Text here is going to come from this. So we'll see we have choices, message, content. And I want to say it also does results. So in fact, let's just do results here. So we'll say, let's see, text color, URL. URL is another one that we're going to leave blank. So we'll come here, and then right now we have the basis of basically creating that template. But now, I mean, we can create that template all day, but where does it go, right? Where does that template go? So what we want to do is go ahead and add the Airtable here. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a record, right? So the base is going to be that GPT and template, since I accidentally changed it a little bit ago. And then we're going to do the, let's see, we're going to do both actually. So we're going to do create a post. And this is going to be our post content. So we'll come from here, let's say, so we have this result, our post image, file URL is coming from our data for our generate an image. And then file name, it doesn't really matter. We can just call it whatever. We'll just call it created, right? Date to post. We'll leave that blank. We'll have this come to the review. So we're going to undo that map, have it come to review, and boom. And then we want to create another record. This record, we're going to create it in a different base. So So do again, ChatGPT and templates. Come to the table, Airtable post. Oh, actually, we're going to do Airtable post copy. The ChatGPT prompt. So this one right here, we're going to leave that blank because that's going to be fed in by us. That's not going to be that's not going to be generated here. So then what we'll do is the template image. This is going to be coming from Placid. File name, again, doesn't matter, but we can just call it image ID. Then we'll call the next one, the status. We'll have this status actually update to in use. And the reason you want to do that is because if you do not, it won't update that record, and then it'll only use that record one time instead of being able to use it multiple. So we'll change it to current prompt, and it's now doing an update on that. And then boom, we now have this entire thing working. Now, let me see. I want to check this real quick. Now, we could probably create one more of these and do one for a title and still do the post content. That way we have the post content somewhere else. But for the sake of this demo, let's just see how this looks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and save this. And then we're going to come back here and then we're going to enter our ChatGPT prompt. So for this one, let's say like create a post for, let's see, let's create a post for Dustin. If you're here, what's your business names again? I can't remember your plant business name. Let me see. We'll just say for demo. Create a post for demo. Only, let's see, create a post for demo about how nice the weather is today. And then we'll say something like, only give the post text, add 5 relevant, hashtags. And you can do like a separate hashtag generator, but just for the sake of this one, we're gonna do it this way. Add 5 hashtags at the bottom, and then for the image, we'll put generate an image of a cute puppy in the rain, right? Because it's about weather. And then for we don't have to fill in these fields because these are going to get filled in. So now we have updated our field, and let's go ahead and go back to ChatGPT. Let's just see if this works. Let's run it and see what's going on. So boom, boom. So we're working so far. It's working. It's good. Always love when stuff is working on live. Okay, so we have watched the record. We have created the post content. We have created an image for the Placid template. We are now going to create a record. Oh, look at that. Everything was good up until we got to this point right here. Invalid file name in the parameter. So let's see, file name. So we'll just delete it because we don't need a file name, right? And then we'll come here and do the same thing. Boom. And then let's actually look at the image, right? Because why not? We created it. We paid for it at this point. So let's come here and let's look. So needs some work. Let's, we should have made that transparent. I think that would have looked better. Let's do another one right quick so that we can get it into the template. And for this, actually, I want to generate an image of a cute puppy in the rain on a sunny day laying at the bottom of the picture, right? So now, boom, 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 that's saved. Let's just run the entire thing over again just to see if we can get that post working. right here and place into Airtable. I should have gotten that music from, was it The Price is Right? If anyone knows the name, please make sure to comment that name because I cannot remember the name of that show. So we will see now that all of this full automation worked. So if we come here, that's kind of funny. Created a post image here. Let's actually just delete this row. Delete. And we want to go to this one. I need to fix that that update. But here we have our post that we just created. So we have our puppy here. We have the sun is shining. And actually, let me see. So let me fix this just real quick. Create a record. So ChatGPT, this is the Airtable post. So on that image, we have the puppy image. But we actually want this file image. And then on this one, let's go ahead and put in that prompt. So there we go. So ChatGPT prompt, just so we can get a full result out of there. Actually, I don't even want that one. We'll go ahead and delete that. Okay, so let's run this again. Oh, we got to update. It didn't go through. Didn't update that field. So let's do create a record. So we're going to do update a record. And that is what we wanted. So update a record, ChatGPT, table, and record ID. It's just going to be ID. There we go. The prompt doesn't matter. We're going to update. I don't even. Or actually, we're not going to update any of that. We're just going to update the status. Current prompt. That way, it'll keep on reusing the same prompt if we wanted it to. And you can even have it to where you even make new prompts. So here at the bottom of the picture. So boom, we're going to create this post now. This is going to be a full completed post. This one takes a little bit of time to create the image because it's actually creating you a live image as we speak, which is pretty cool, right? So, it is creating that live image. So let's go ahead and it's finishing up that creation now with the Placid, merging the content from the post creation. And we got an unknown error. Boom, unknown error. What is that? Field name. Let's check that out. Prompt. Let's use this ID then. And let's see. Here we go. So just off what we've created, and I mean, of course, I would come in and actually make this transparent so that you could see. I would probably, instead of doing the post creation here, I would have it create a title. So just do another ChatGPT title there. And then the actual post creation. So we'll see if we come back here. We do have the entire post. We can read through here. We can make edits. And then we can just come into ready to post. And now these are ready to go out to that from that dashboard that we created at the beginning, into social media. Now, I know that we hit some bumps along the way. I apologize. If you have any questions, you can always refer to Make Academy, the Make documentation. You're also more than welcome to send me a message to ask in the comments, exactly what there is, whatever questions you have. Make sure to like this live. Make sure to subscribe on the live. And I really hope that this helps you guys out. Sorry for taking 20 more minutes of the time, but I hope that the ChatGPT integration and the Placid template integration was worth it. Thank you so much for joining, and have a fantastic day.